Hello, hello, hello. Happy holidays. I know it's a little early, but I always like to get a head start on the holidays. So today I wanted to share with you some of my favorite art supplies. I've spent a lot of money on art supplies over the past few years, and I definitely have some favorites that I think work really well and just make creating art more enjoyable. And I wanted to share some of those with you today because I think they would make great gifts for the artists in your life. And if not the artist in your life, but maybe for your own wish list. So the first one, I'm going to do these in order, not in any particular order, but sort of in order of category. So let's start with travel art and urban sketching. So the first item is a go-to for me. It's a refillable calligraphy pen. I really like the refillable ink cartridges, and I like to get Noodler's ink because it's waterproof, which is amazing because I use this to draw in my sketchbook, and it's waterproof so I can go over it with watercolor paints afterwards. So that's my number one go-to for urban sketching. Or if you just, like to write letters, I do pen pals myself actually, and I use it sometimes for those. So there's that. The second item would be my urban sketching kit, and this is amazing. And I don't remember how much it is on Amazon, but it's not unreasonable. And it has lots of pockets, and I will I'll link at the end of my video. I actually do a tour of this, so you can see that video. But in here, I do keep a couple of things that I just really, really love for urban sketching, and these would make great stocking stuffers from Santa. So the first one is a micron eraser. It's by Tombow, and I use it to erase fine details and also to do streaks in hair when I'm drawing hair. So the next thing would be these watercolor, refillable watercolor brushes, and you can get these on Amazon, and you can just refill them with water, and they're really nice for when you're doing urban sketching or traveling. I also like travel watercolor brushes if I can use a water cup. I also like these travel watercolor brushes. I got these on Amazon, and I really like these because they unscrew, and you can screw it back in, and it makes the handle longer. And they come with different brushes. I chose the set that had this angled brush, a round brush, a smaller round brush, and a flat brush. And these are really fun because, yeah, you have full-size paintbrushes. Also, when you, stop saying Also, when you fold them up, there's a hole in the bottom so that the moisture will drip out, and they just fit nicely in this little pouch. Okay, this is a cute little notepad of paper by Stonehenge. They have cold press, hot press, they have black paper, tone paper, I think, on the tone paper, and they're just cute little pads, perfect for stockings. Okay, so when I'm doing gouache, first of all, I love this little gouache palette. I got it on Amazon, and what's really cute is it opens up, and it has a rubber seal. So your gouache goes in there, you have a little palette, and this actually opens up into a water cup. And I don't have a brush here with me, but it has rests for your brush here, and also holes here for your brush. And then it just all fits nicely together here, and voila. So to go with gouache, I really love toned paper. I think for some reason toned paper looks especially nice with gouache. That's actually oil pastel, but as you can see, hold on, I'll show you my favorite one. This is my favorite one, and that's gouache on toned paper. I just think it looks so good. So a toned paper sketchbook. Okay, here's a really nice little inexpensive gift. Is a black sketchbook with a white jelly roller pen and a white Posca marker. And the reason why is it's just really fun to do like white designs. Very therapeutic and fun. So yeah. Okay, I only have one thing for oil painting that I would want to share at this time that I can think of. And this is a brush cleaner, and this thing is a game changer. I used to use canning jars, short canning jars, jam jars. But the problem is you have nothing to brush your brush on to actually get the paint on. So I would be trying to do it on the side of the jar, which really didn't work that well. So if you've recently started oil painting and you're using a jam jar, get yourself one of these. I don't know if you can see, there's holes. So all the sediment of the paint goes to the bottom and it keeps the brushes nice and clean. I can't believe I waited so long to get one of these. Okay, what's next? I'm going to tell you about Derwent watercolor pencils. So I actually don't use these a lot, but they were my mom's, and what's really nice about them is they're just super convenient. Like say you're somewhere on the plane and you really don't have a lot of room, you can just draw with these and then later, or use one of your water brushes to turn it into paint on your paper. These are great for beginners and also for people who know what they're doing. Okay, so next we have colored pencils. I used to just have cheap Crayola or I don't remember what brands, but they were not super great colored pencils. And once I tried these, it's amazing the artwork you can create with them. I will post a couple of pictures that I've done with these so you can see just how amazing they are. Yeah, there's Prismacolor and Faber-Castell Polychromos. And what I like about them is the colors are gorgeous. This is just a couple of jars. I have a couple more with browns and grays, but the colors are gorgeous and they're super creamy. And when you sharpen them, they don't usually break like some other pencils do. So these make a really nice gift for someone. And they have different size sets. You don't have to get the 72, but you could also get a bigger one if you wanted a bigger set. Okay, this is just a simple, great stocking stuffer, a color wheel. Every artist needs color wheel. Okay, so now for some of my favorites. First of all, we have Ohuhu markers. I'm sure most of you have heard of Ohuhu, but if you haven't, they are amazing alcohol markers and they're really reasonably priced compared to some other brands that you might be familiar with. So they come in a case, which is great, and they give you little swatching cards that you can swatch out. So I have a couple of different sets of these. The set that I like the best has a chisel tip. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it has a chisel. I actually like it best because I like the brush tip the best. But it has a chisel tip on the other end. And then there's other sets that will have a chisel tip on one end and a fine tip on the other end. So between my two sets, I have lots of colors, and I have the 3 different tips: the fine tip, the chisel tip, and the brush tip. And these are really fun for layering, and yeah, so those make a really nice gift. And this is a set of 48. And there's bigger sets and smaller sets, just depending on what exactly you need and what your budget is. Okay, so I have seen this a couple of times on YouTube, artists trying it out. And I also gave one to a friend. So I decided to buy another one to give to my daughter. And it is a glass calligraphy pen. And it is so beautiful. Look at this. So when I've seen the videos, and it comes with a little thing of ink and a little glass pen rest. But when I've seen the videos and people use them, these spirals on the tip hold so much ink that it actually writes for quite a bit before it runs out of ink. I just thought this was really beautiful, and it's super reasonable on Amazon. So get your friend one of these, or yourself. Okay, more markers. I know probably a lot of you have been seeing these lately because I think a lot of people have done videos. I've also done one, and I'll post that at the end of the video in case you're interested in seeing me try these out. So the set I have has 90 colors in it. They're Art X markers, and they're acrylic markers. And they're stored tip down. You don't have to shake them. And they have brush tips, and they're really fun. They're a lot different than alcohol markers. You can't, at least for me, I wasn't able to blend them super well. I had to remember that they are acrylic markers. So great colors though, and they do have different sets. This makes a really, really nice gift. And I got this on Amazon. So, okay, I saved my two favorites for the last. So the first one is Sennelier oil pastels. And to be honest, I haven't done a ton of work on oil pastels, but this was a big treat for myself when COVID hit and I started buying art supplies. If you've ever used really good oil pastels, you will know what I'm talking about. These are super gorgeous, super creamy, beautiful colors. Yeah. So this is a really, really lovely gift idea to somebody if you think they might enjoy oil pastels. This is a set of, how many is this a set of? This is a set of 72, but again, they had different sizes. You don't have to buy this size set. And then my last but not least, my favorite, homemade accordion style sketchbooks. So my favorite gifts to give and to receive are handmade gifts. I know not everybody has the time to do that. So, but if you can and you want to, these are amazing little gifts. These are handmade accordion sketchbooks that I make. And they're so easy to make and so cute. You just need, you do need to get a good size piece of paper from your art supply store. And then I use, here's one that I've already done, but I use fabric that I already have. I use cardboard that I already have. And yeah, you can make them any size. So yeah, these sketchbooks are easy to make. They don't cost a lot. And they're wonderful to receive. So I will put the tutorial video link at the end of the video for you. And I would love to hear if you guys actually make these or not. But so now you have at least 20 ideas for gifts to either give other people or put on your own wish list. So I hope that was helpful to you. And I look forward to hearing what you'll do in the comments. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks for watching. I really need this grip.